Hello, my dear friends. So let's discuss the reading comprehension strategies for GMAT Verbal section. So basically, there are three types of comprehension passages that you come across in a GMAT Verbal section. The way you go about answering the question will be slightly different for each part. Passages dealing with science such as chemistry and biology are straightforward and very simple and very factual. Passages dealing with social science section such as history and geography may be very conclusive and it's going to be very tedious. So it is very imperative that you read them slowly so that the facts register in your mind. Passages dealing with business sentence structure, with business knowledge or the business section, they may be very tough and I would say they are going to be very tricky because they test you on the author's opinion and the moods. So please read them very slowly. At the same time, read them with fiction, read them with facts. While dealing with factual questions, deal very straightforward in a very straightforward manner because they are very factual in nature. So you have to be very analytical. When you are asked to describe the tone of the passage, you are asked to describe it either as neutral or positive, but it should not be negative. So derive the tone in a very factual manner, in a very neutral or the positive manner. As you read, focus on the global part, that is the macro level structure, that is the author's opinion, the theme, the tone, the central tone of the passage while you read and transition into the passage. Read the question before you read the passage so that you're able to understand what is coming across, what is coming forward. And at the same time, it will also help you to understand and answer the question very correctly. When reading a factual question, read carefully the passage before providing the data. So it is very imperative that you read it correctly so that you answer the question correctly. You must practice the art of summarizing the entire paragraph and the entire passage before you start giving all the answers. So summary is the most important part. So please remember to summarize it very correctly as per the data provided in the passage. Now let's talk about the critical reasoning questions, which is also a very important part of the GMAT Verbal section. Critical reasoning questions are designed to test the reasoning skills involved in making arguments, evaluating arguments, and formulating or evaluating a plan of action. You must learn to identify the structure of the argument. Read the question first so you know what kind of question you have to answer before you read the argument. For strengthen or weaken the argument questions, determine what type of reasoning the author uses and choose an answer that either helps or hurts that way of reasoning. For questions that ask you to conclude, choose an answer that contains the basic idea of the author. The answer must be a logical extension of the argument in the passage. Never choose an answer simply because you feel it is true. Try to guess the correct answer before you read the answer choices. This will help you focus on the best answer. Read all the answer choices. Eliminate the ones you know are wrong and analyze the remaining ones with a focus on identifying the one that presents the most correct answer. Now we come to the GMAT assumption questions. To ace GMAT assumption questions, identify the conclusion and premises. Find the logical gap. Predict the assumption. And then use the negation test to evaluate answer choices. Here is a more detailed breakdown of the strategy. Number 1. Understand the argument structure. And how do you do it? Identify the conclusion, that is, what is the main point the author is trying to make. Identify the premises. What evidence or reasons support the conclusion? Recognize the gap. What missing information or unstated assumption is needed for the conclusion to logically follow from the premises? Number 2. Predict the assumption. Think about what must be true for the argument to be valid. What is the author assuming? Consider common sense and the context of the argument to help you predict the assumption. Number 3. Evaluate answer choices. Eliminate irrelevant answers. Get rid of answers that don't relate to the argument or are not necessary for the conclusion to follow. Use the negation test. Negate the answer choice. That is, turn the statement into its opposite. Assess the impact. Does negating the answer choice destroy the link between the premises and the conclusion? If negating the answer choice weakens or destroys the argument, it's likely the correct assumption. If negating the answer choice has little or no impact, it's likely a wrong answer. Number 4, practice and review. Practice different types of assumption questions. Familiarize yourself with various argument structures and assumptions. Review explanations for mistakes. Understand why certain answers are correct and others are incorrect. Don't bring external knowledge. Your job is to find arguments that are valid given the premises provided in the question. So this was all about basically how do you ace the verbal section of GMAT. I hope this video was helpful in terms of helping you understand how do you need to strategize, how do you need to basically, kind of organize your thought process before you attack these questions that are given to you in the GMAT verbal section. Now, if you are looking for the online classes, the offline classes, we have a way to help you for both, for either for online or for the offline mode as well. You can reach out to us on the below numbers that are given to you on the screen, and we'll be happy to help you in terms of helping you prepare for your exam of GMAT. I wish you good luck, and I see you inside the course. Thank you very much.